I stood in the middle of Shelby Street, looking south, around 11 a.m. Sunday morning, March 20. To my left was a restaurant, the Garfield Eatery and Coffee. Out front, a white GL SUV Mercedes-Benz was parked ahead of a black GMC SUV Terrain. A yellow cab and driver waited behind them. Inside, around 24 customers ate and ordered brunch. Juice, bacon, eggs, fried potatoes, sweet rolls, fruit. 4 young women sat on high chairs at a table, working on a project. 6 couples ate and kibitzed. 2 women whispered. 1 couple played chess. 2 workers behind the bar took orders from 6 customers. A waiter, seemingly lost, tried to find who ordered the plate of breakfast he carried. To my right, 2 bikes were parked on the sidewalk out front of the usually busy Compassion Center, the Southside Soup Kitchen, a mainstay for 2 decades, where some of the city's poor, homeless, unemployed, elderly, itinerant, and sometimes destitute can have lunch every day but Saturday. Inside, 2 volunteers, older women, serve food to those in line. Sunday lunch was chili dogs, corn, macaroni salad, and pumpkin cake or cookies. In a booth by the window, 3 elderly women talked and had their meal. A mother and her 2 children sat in another booth. A young teen tinkered at the piano on the center's small sanctuary. 7 men ate lunch. 2 were together, the rest ate alone. Outside, 2 women and 6 men who had finished lunch gathered in the spring sunlight, talking, laughing, making plans. Some smoked cigarettes, some stood while others sat on the doorstep and the 2 ledges beneath the windows of an old storefront, located right next to the Compassion Center. The sign on the building read, "Listen here." I watched someone from the Garf restaurant across the street go to the side of the storefront, which had been tagged with colored rectangles. Soon a knock on the glass came from inside. "Listen here." The group outside was asked to not sit on the step or the 2 ledges. Looking puzzled and disgruntled, while offering no resistance, everyone went to their separate ways. A place to rest or talk or gather, used for years by pedestrians or patrons of the kitchen, was now off limits. A sign in the "Listen Here" window said, "This is a place for neighbors and art. Please find another spot for smoking, public intoxication, leaving trash, etc. Thank you." Another sign read, "Listen Here, open soon, art, music, small events, records, local food and drink. For more information, visit www.bigcar.org. I also left and headed north on Shelby. As the slow Sunday morning traffic went by, I remembered my walks in Calcutta and Sao Paulo, where I experienced the same stark contrast between the wealthy and the poor. In Calcutta, I saw shacks and shanties built right next to fine apartment buildings. I experienced the same kind of disparity in Sao Paulo. It's hard to imagine Indianapolis would have such contrasts between the haves and the have-nots. And it's hard to imagine that a group of sophisticated place-making artists and creative, community-minded citizens feel they have to dislodge and shoo away domestic refugees just to make a place for themselves in the neighborhood. Perhaps this big car group needs to rethink its ongoing social practices and change the wording on its website from slogans like "all open to the public," "a neighborhood for all," to "all open to the public except Indy's poor, homeless, itinerant, and other domestic refugees," or change "a neighborhood for all except Indy's poor, homeless, itinerant, and other refugees." Imaginably, Big car needs a bigger vehicle everyone can ride in. It's like the third world on Shelby Street. 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 Shelby Street, Shelby Street.